This lesson is now about the volume of pyramids and the volume of cones. So the volume of a pyramid is very much like the volume of a prism. We're going to take the base and find the area of that, and we also have the height. But this time, instead of the height being the distance between the two bases, it's the distance from the base to the vertex. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the area of the base times the height, and you notice that's the prism formula, and we're going to put it over 3. So here we want to know what type of pyramid is shown and find the volume. So if I look at the bottom here, that shape is a triangle. It's actually a right triangle, but it is a triangular pyramid. So the area of this triangle we know is 1/2 base times height. And if I were to draw this triangle out, I see I had a right angle. I have sides of 4 and 6. So this would be 1/2 times 4 times 6, and then we get 12. The height, or the distance from the top to the base, is 9. So my volume, if I take 12 times 9 and put it over 3, I end up with 36 cubic meters. All right, this one, the base here is a rectangle. So this is a rectangular pyramid. So the base is going to be 21 times 9, which is 189. And the height from the vertex to the base is 5. So here my volume will be 189 times 5 over 3. And that gives me 315 cubic yards. So you go ahead and try the next two. Pause. When you're ready to see the answer, hit play. All right, number 1 was a square pyramid with a volume of 484 cubic centimeters, and the second one was a triangular pyramid with a volume of 240 cubic meters. All right, here we're given the volume is 14. We have a base. If I were to draw that base out, it looks like this. So the height of the triangle is 3, the base of the triangle is 4. So I know B is 1/2 times 3 times 4, or 6. So if I know the formula for volume is BH over 3, and I know V is 14, B is 6, but I don't know H, this is my equation. So I could either multiply both sides by 3, or this actually reduces. 6 over 3 is 2, so this is really 14 equals 2H. So then if I divide both sides by the 2, I'm going to get H is 7. And that's in terms of feet. Come on, let's get out of here. Okay. So you go ahead and try this one. Pause. When you're ready to see the answer, hit play. All right, so for this one, we get a height of 8 meters. For example 4, Caitlin is building sandcastle in the form of a square pyramid. She bought 3 bags, each containing 1,200 cubic inches of sand. Will she have enough to build the castle? So she has 3 times 1,200, or 36 cubic inches. So now let's find the volume of this shape and figure out, is it more or less than that 3,600? So my base is going to be this square, 25 times 25, or 625. The height is 18. So we have 625 times 18 over 3, which is 3,750 cubic inches, which is more than what she has, so no, not enough. All right, you try the next one, pause. When you're ready to see the answer, hit play. All right, so for this one, we find the volume is 600 cubic centimeters. If it's 12 cents per cubic centimeter, we would multiply that by 12, so each one is $72. And if there are 6 of them, I multiply that by 6. So now we're going to look at volume of a cone, which is very much like a cylinder. It's like the pyramid of cylinders, if that makes sense. So we're going to have the area of a cylinder, which was pi r squared h, and we're also going to put that over 3. There is an L here that stands for slant height, but we're not going to need it for volume. That's something that's only there for surface area. So let's find the volume of the cone. We know r is 9 and h is 17. So if I do pi r squared h over 3, I end up with 1,441.99 cubic yards. In this next one, 5 is the diameter, so I'm going to say r is 2.5. And we still have h is 8. So if I have pi times 2.5 squared times 8 over 3, I end up with 52.36 cubic inches. You try the next ones, pause. When you're ready to see the answer, hit play. All right, so for the first one, r was 3 and h was 8, so we get a volume of 75.4 cubic kilometers. And 6, the diameter was 19, so the radius was 9.5. We get a volume of 1,134.11 meters cubed. So for example 7, a jeweler is making earrings in the shape of cones out of gold. Each earring has a radius of 2 centimeters and a height of 3 centimeters. If gold has a density of 19.3 grams per cubic centimeter, find the mass of a pair of earrings. So let's first find the volume. So we're going to have pi 2 squared times 3 over 3. So the volume is really 25.13. And if it's talking about a pair of earrings, that means there's 2 earrings, 2 cones. So if I multiply this by 2, I get 50.27 cubic centimeters. And if you recall, density equals mass over volume. We're looking for the mass, so mass is really density times volume. So we're going to have 19.3 times the 50.27, and we get a mass of 970.12 grams. You're going to try this one. The same jeweler also made cone earrings with a radius of 1 centimeter and a height of 5 centimeters out of silver. We were given the density of silver. Find the mass of these earrings. Pause. When you're ready to see the answer, hit play. All right, so the volume would be 5.24 cubic centimeters times 2 earrings. We get a volume of 10.47 centimeters cubed. I do the density times the volume. We get a total mass of 109.85 grams. All right, for our last example, a builder has constructed concrete pyramids to put on top of a fence post. They each have a mass of 110.4 grams. The concrete has a density of 2.3 grams per cubic centimeter. If the base of the pyramid is 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters squared, what is the height of the pyramid? So first I'm going to start with density being mass over volume, which also means volume is mass over density. So I'm going to take the mass, which was 110.4, put it over the density, which was 2.3, and I get a volume of 48. So if I know the volume is 48, I'm going to take the formula for the volume. We know the base, 4 by 4, B is 16. So 48 equals 16h over 3. I'm going to multiply both sides here by 3. And now divide by 16, so h is 9 centimeters. You try the last one, pause, when you're ready to see the answer, hit play. All right, so we find out that we have a volume of 3,920. I know the area of the base was 784, so I take the volume equal to BH over 3. I get a height of 15 centimeters. And that is volume of pyramids and cones.